The question of evil stands as one of the most perplexing dilemmas confronting humanity, necessitating profound understanding and a comprehensive analysis bolstered by theological guidance. Theodicy, the discipline that seeks to justify the goodness of God in the face of evil, serves as a critical examination of this dilemma, positing various explanations for the consistence of divinity and malevolence. Question of evil remains misunderstood due to the limited perspective on the attributes of God. Many proponents of the problem of evil focus exclusively on God's omnipotent, omniscient, most benevolent, and most loving qualities. While these attributes are indeed central to religious tradition, such a selective emphasis neglects a more holistic understanding of the divine character that includes attributes such as justice, wisdom, vengeance, redemption, and accountability. The question of evil is primarily a theological dilemma that seeks to examine the compatibility of a benevolent dialect with the existence of suffering. For atheists, the absence of belief in a creator precludes a meaningful explanation of this inquiry within its traditional context. For any intelligent and honest atheist, there is no incentive for being good and bear sufferings. As long as they enjoy good health and life is in their favor, they act what is best for them. There is no need to be moral, they just need to have fun and done with it. However, they are inviting the consequence of not aligning with the copious evidence and science supporting existence of content, which they need to focus on. Free thinking falls short in providing comprehensive understanding of the nature and attributes of a creator. While free thought may lead one to the acknowledgement of a creator, it cannot conclusively elucidate the divine personality or the attributes that characterize such a being. Free thinking operates on the principle of questioning established norms and beliefs, encouraging personal interpretation and reflection. When faced with the problem of evil, individuals often arrive at the conclusion of creator's existence. This acknowledgement stems from the conclusive science and logical requirements. One might argue that the existence of others necessitates a source, thus pointing toward a creator responsible for the fabric of existence. Despite these logical progression, free thought is hindered by its inherent limitations. The mere recognition of a creator does not suffice in answering the deeper inquiries regarding their nature. Attributes such as omniscience, omnipotence, and benevolence are complex and often conflicting, particularly in the face of tangible suffering. Free thinking lacks the ontological and theological grounding needed to address how these attributes coexist in the light of evil. In response to this dilemma, theological approach is employed, yet a free thought alone cannot encapsulate the profound mystery surrounding the character of a creator. The subjective nature of free thinking can result in disparate interpretations of the creator's attributes, leading to a fragmentation of belief systems. This fragmentation undermines the potential for a cohesive understanding of the divine, as individuals may arrive at conflicting conclusions based on their personal experiences and reflections. Consequently, while free thinking invites exploration, it lacks the systematic approach necessary to articulate the full personality and attributes of a creator. It is arguably theology that provides the most comprehensive explanation of this multifaceted issue of the question of evil. Though through the lens of theological discourse, one can grasp the intricacy of evil, not merely as an abstract concept, but as a phenomenon deeply intertwined with human existence, moral agency, and divine providence. At the core of theological examination is the notion of free will. Religious tradition posits that human beings possess the autonomy to make moral choices, a gift that necessitates the potential for both good and evil. This understanding aligns with the theological interpretation of evil as a consequence of the misuse of free will, thus framing it not as a mere force but as a product of human action. Such a perspective allows for a nuanced examination of the moral landscape where evil emerges not as a direct creation of the divine, but as a consequence of human choice, thereby preserving the integrity of divine goodness. Theology provides a narrative that contextualizes the existence of evil within the greater framework of a cosmic struggle between good and evil, depicted through sacred texts and teachings. This narrative approach not only offers comfort to those grappling with the reality of suffering, but also elucidates the purpose and meaning behind the trials of life. For instance, faith traditions articulate that suffering and the presence of evil serve as a catalyst for spiritual growth, character development, and an opportunity for believers to manifest compassion and resilience. Theological inquiry addresses the ultimate resolution of evil, envisioned as a future state where justice prevails and good triumphs. Such eschatological perspective offer hope and a vision for a world beyond current suffering, enforcing the belief that evil is neither absolute nor eternal. This hopeful outlook is a critical and truthful aspect that purely secular approaches often lack, rendering them less effective in the addressing of existential dimensions of human suffering and moral boundaries. In the grand scheme of existence, humankind has assumed a unique role as the stewards of the universe, a responsibility that is both profound and daunting. This stewardship comes with a myriad of injections that define the human experience: the exercise of free will, the inevitability of trials and struggles, the imperative of moral uprightness, and the necessity to confront the mysteries of life. Each of these dimensions contributes to a deeper understanding of what it means to be custodians of the cosmos and poses essential questions about our purpose, actions, and the nature of existence itself. Free will is a fundamental characteristic of human nature, allowing individuals to act according to their desires, beliefs, and reasoning. It grants people the power to choose between varying courses of action, which includes benevolent and malevolent options. The very potential for evil arises from the autonomy where humans divide of free will. Actions deemed evil would cease to hold significance as moral choices. Thus, evil is viewed not as an intrinsic trait of humanity, but rather as a consequence of the freedom afforded to individuals. Historical and contemporary examples underscore the relationship between free will and the manifestation of evil. From acts of genocide to small scale injustices, such behaviors emerge not from a predetermined societal or biological fate, but from conscious decisions made by individuals. Each act of malice reflects the capacity for choice inherent in free will. The existence of evil highlights the moral weight carried by human decisions, emphasizing the importance of ethical contemplation in the exercise of free will. Consequently, acknowledging the interplay of free will and evil allows for a deeper understanding of moral responsibility. It compels individuals to confront the implications of their choices, both good and bad. When confronted with the darker facets of human nature, one must recognize that the potential for evil, rather than being an insurmountable aspect of life, serves as a stark reminder of the profound responsibility that comes with freedom. The human condition is intrinsically shaped by trials and struggles, experiences that are often perceived as burdensome, evil, yet frequently serve a profound purpose. These challenges are not merely obstacles to be overcome. Rather, they are essential elements that foster personal growth and transformation. Through adversity, individuals are compelled to confront their limitations, reconsider their beliefs, and ultimately develop resilience. At the center of our experiences as humans is the certainty of adversity, whether in the form of personal loss, professional setbacks, or existential crises. Struggles compel an individual to engage deeply with their inner self. This engagement often leads to introspection of where one must assess not only the cause of their difficulties but also their response to them. Such moments of reflection encourage the exploration of one's values and priorities, fostering a greater understanding of the self. Consequently, this process can ignite a transformation that broadens one's perspective and enhances emotional intelligence. Research has shown that those who confront adversity often emerge with increased confidence and a clearer sense of purpose. This transformative aspect of struggle underscores the notion that discomfort is not merely a negative experience, but rather a crucible in which personal character is forged. Trials and struggles are inseparable from the human experience, functioning as significant catalysts for growth and transformation. By embracing adversity, individuals can emerge not only stronger but also more insightful, equipped with the tools necessary to navigate the complexities of life. Ultimately, it is through these inevitable challenges that we uncover the depths of our potential and the resilience of the human spirit. The foundation of moral uprightness lies in understanding the interconnectedness of all life forms. Every action taken by individual or collective has a ripple effect that can either uplift or undermine the very fabric of the universe. Ethical frameworks provide individuals with the compass necessary to navigate the complexities of existence. The pursuit of justice, kindness, and respect for all beings becomes not just an option but an obligation for what those who accept the mantle of stewardship. We will discuss moral opinion rather under moral evil. Life presents us with numerous enigmas, epitomized by the paradoxes of apparent malevolence that conceives benevolence and vice versa. This duality compels to integrate not only our ethical frameworks but also the nature of reality itself. The phenomena of seemingly malevolent actions that yield positive outcomes serve as a poignant reminder of the unpredictable conflation of life. For instance, consider the realm of natural disasters. While their immediate impact is often catastrophic, they can catalyze profound societal change leading to improved infrastructure and heightened communal resilience. Thus, what may initially appear as an unequivocally evil can, upon closer examination, reveal a latent goodness resulting from the ordeal. Consider the phenomenon of individuals or actions that appear evil but ultimately yield beneficial outcomes. One striking illustration of this notion is found in the medical practice of amputation, specifically the surgical removal of a finger to halt the progression of a disease. At first glance, amputation, a procedure that inflicts pain and removes a part of the body, evokes a visceral reaction of negativity. The act of amputation, while undeniably drastic, serves a paramount purpose in presenting overall health and preventing the spread of infectious diseases. By sacrificing one digit, the physician acts not out of malice, but rather from a profound commitment to the patient's life and the broader community. Conversely, actions in individual perceived as good can often hide darker intentions. The notion of the wolf in sheep's clothing aptly captures the phenomena. Where surface level charity or altruism may be masking ulterior motives, such as manipulation or control. Consider the figure of a seemingly benevolent aide attached with policies that appear beneficial but ultimately serve to concentrate power, infringe on freedoms, or exploit resources. In such cases, the line between good and evil becomes even murkier, compelling us to delve deeper into motives, outcomes, and accountability. Each natural calamity possesses a unique role within the context of Earth's ecosystem. Hurricanes, for example, act as powerful forces that redistribute heat and moisture in the atmosphere. They serve to balance temperature disparities between the equator and the poles, facilitating a stable climate for various ecosystems. Even though hurricanes can cause destruction during their concurrence, the aftermath is often characterized by ecological renewal. The winds can uproot weakened tree structures, allowing sunlight to penetrate dense forests and providing opportunities for new plant species to thrive. In a sense, the regeneration following such calamities contributes to biodiversity, helping ecosystem adopt and grow. Similarly, floods play a crucial role in maintaining the ecological integrity of many landscapes. Floodplains, for example, are vital for replenishing nutrients in soil, promoting agricultural productivity and sustaining wetland habitats that support diverse flora and fauna. From a divine perspective, these floods are viewed as nature's way of sustaining life. Even amid destruction, the temporary loss of human infrastructure can lead to the rebirth of landscape that enhance biodiversity and ecological resilience. These elements not only shape individual and collective responses to catastrophic events but also emanate the intricate relationship between humanity and the transcendental. Human resilience is characterized by the innate capacity to adapt, recover, and thrive amid adversity. This remarkable trait manifests itself in various forms. Communities come together to support those affected, that demonstrate demonstrating solidarity through acts of kindness and mutual assistance. Individuals drawing upon personal strengths often display remarkable courage and ingenuity in the aftermath of calamities, rebuilding their lives and environments. Such is not merely a response to it represents a profound testimony to the human spirit's unwavering determination to overcome. In conjunction with human resilience, divine wisdom provides a philosophical framework through which individuals and societies interpret the meaning of natural disasters. These calamities are expressions of a larger cosmic order, imbuing them with significance that transcends mere misfortune. This perspective encourages reflection, prompting individuals to consider their place within the universe and their relationship with the divine. In times of crisis, believers often find solace in faith, drawing strength from spiritual beliefs that imbue their struggle with purpose and meaning. The interplay between human resilience and divine wisdom can foster deeper understanding of our responsibilities toward one another and the natural world. Disasters often expose vulnerabilities, highlighting the fragility of human existence and the interconnectedness of all life. This realization can inspire a commitment to environmental stewardship, social justice, and preparedness, reinforcing the notion that collective action and ethical responsibility are vital in mitigating future calamities. The dual forces of human resilience and divine wisdom emerge as essential components in navigating the challenges posed by natural calamities. While human resilience underscores our capacity to endure and recover, divine wisdom offers a framework for understanding our experiences in a broader context. Together, they illuminate the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of empathy and responsibility in the face of nature's unpredictability. These qualities remind us that even in the depths of despair, there remains profound potential for growth, healing, and unity. Natural calamities also prompt introspection and spiritual awakening. Disasters are manifestations of divine intervention or messages meant to realign humanity with moral and spiritual priorities. For instance, a severe natural disaster is a signal to reassess one's way of life, encouraging believers to reconvene with their spiritual practices and community values. In the wake of calamities, effective individuals often experience transformative journeys that lead to a greater awareness and connection with the divine. Personal stories abound of people finding faith or redefining their purpose through the trials brought on by disasters. This phenomenon reflects this phenomenon reflects the belief that hardship can serve as a powerful teacher, guiding individuals toward deeper understanding and epiphany about life, existence, and the interconnection of all beings. The undeniable realities of natural calamities, disease, and the triumph of benevolence in human affairs serve as a poignant reminders of the inflection of our world. These phenomena evoke profound reflections on the nature of existence and the underlying moral order that governs life. Natural disasters such as earthquakes and hurricanes wreak havoc on communities, often leaving in their wake a landscape of devastation and despair. Similarly, diseases, both endemic and pandemic, disrupt the fabric of society, tragically claiming lives indiscriminately and highlighting the fragility of human health. The success of evil, manifested in acts of violence, corruption, and exploitation, compound the sense of injustice that pervades human experience. In countless instances, virtuous individuals face unsurmountable challenges, while malevolent actors seemingly prosper without consequence. This divergence between moral righteousness and worldly success highlights the inherent iniquities of our temporal existence, leading many to grapple with the profound questions of justice. In the face of these adversities, profound thinkers find solace in the belief that true justice transcends earthly life. The notion of an afterlife, where all deeds are adjudicated fairly, fosters hope amidst suffering and loss. It's just that the trials endured in this realm are not merely without purpose. Rather, they are a part of a large moral tapestry that will ultimately grant recognition and repentance for both virtue and vice. While the imperfections of the world manifest through calamities, losses, and the success of evil, they also serve to remind us of the inherent qualities of moral existence. The belief in a just afterlife provides a framework for understanding the suffering we endure and offers hope for ultimate reconciliation and justice. In this light, our trials may be seen not merely as random incidents but as integral components of a grander scheme of moral order, urging us to strive for goodness even amid chaos. The concept of duality in relation to the question of evil suggests that within every instance of malevolence, there lies a probable trace of goodness, and conversely, within every expression of good, there can exist an undercurrent of evil. This philosophical perspective encourages a deeper examination of the moral complexities of human behavior and the nature of circumstances. For instance, extreme evils, experiencing hardship or suffering can lead individuals to develop resilience, empathy, or a deeper appreciation for life. Similarly, seemingly good actions may carry unintended consequences that result in harm and suffering, eliminating the intertwined reality of human motivations and the unpredictable outcomes of our choices. By embracing this duality, we can foster a more nuanced understanding of morality, recognizing that good and evil cannot be viewed as absolute states, but rather as interconnected elements of the human experience. Moral evil is a direct result of human choices, decisions, and actions. The existence of moral evil poses profound questions about free will, accountability, and the moral responsibility of individuals. These questions are pivotal as they provide insight into why individuals might commit acts that are deemed morally reprehensible. These actions are typically framed within ethical paradigms such as deceit, murder, and exploitation. The existence of moral evil raises pressing questions about human agency, accountability, and the potential for redemption. Natural evil, on the other hand, pertains to suffering and harm that arises from natural causes such as natural disasters, disease, and other calamities. This prompts the question of whether natural evil is manifestation of indifferent universe or a necessary counterpart to the existence of good. Theological guidance contributes to the understanding that the presence of evil may serve a greater purpose within the divine order. Religious tradition advocate the notion of a process of soul making, positing that encouraging and overcoming evil catalyze spiritual growth and development. This perspective not only offers a cogent explanation for the existence of evil, but also insists upon the transformative potential of suffering, inviting believers to engage with adversity in search of deeper meaning and ultimate redemption. The concept of natural evil encompassing catastrophic events raises profound questions about the relationship between divinity and human suffering. Philosophical and theological frameworks grapple with these phenomena, exploring whether they serve as mechanisms through which God attempts to communicate with humanity, either as a form of testing or as a means of imparting rewards or punishment. From the perspective of religious tradition, suffering is interpreted as a test of faith, an opportunity for individuals and communities to demonstrate resilience, repentance, and a commitment to spiritual principles in the face of adversity. In this view, catastrophic events can compel individuals to engage in self reflection, prompting a deeper examination of their values and actions. Conversely, such disasters act as a form of divine punishment, a reflection of humanity's moral failings, or as a necessary corrective to sinful behavior. The traditional formulation of the problem of evil posits a contradiction between the existence of a benevolent, all powerful deity and the presence of suffering and injustice in the world. However, this characterization fails to account for the multidimensional nature of God's attributes. For instance, the attribute of justice implies that God holds individuals accountable for their actions, thereby setting a framework in which moral agency and the consequences of human behavior are integral to the narrative of existence. In this light, evil can be seen not merely as an act of good but as a necessary counterpart to the existence of free will and moral choice. God's wisdom indicates that his plans and purposes transcend human understanding. What may appear as arbitrary suffering or malevolence often contains a deeper purpose that remains inaccessible to finite minds. The acknowledgement of God as a Redeemer further emphasizes that suffering is not without purpose. Rather, it can serve as means for growth, transformation, or divine justice. The attribute of the Avenger reinforces the moral order of the universe, where evil deeds are ultimately addressed. This perspective helps reconcile the existence of evil with the nature of just God, as it underscores the eventual rectification of moral wrongs. Therefore, the inclusion of these attributes not only enriches the discourse on the question of evil, but also restores a sense of hope and meaning amidst human suffering. The interplay between moral and natural evil raises profound questions regarding the existence of duality, human free will, and divine providence. Moral evil, resulting from human agency, challenges the notion of free will as a gift that permits both virtuous and nefarious choices. Conversely, natural evil, stemming from a world subject to chaotic forces, prompts inquiry into the role of divine providence in permitting suffering. This duality, intrinsic to the human experience, compels a deeper exploration of how both forms of evil coexist within a framework that seeks to reconcile the presence of a benevolent deity with the reality of human pain and moral failings. Problem of evil is grossly misinterpreted because of skewed analysis, overlooking the deeper meaning and not taking account all attributes of creator.